Welcome back to the channel, people. KG is back, and it is a Champions Edition stream by hook or crook. And we're going to speak about the game. I'm going to give it to you real, but we're also going to have fun with this. Listen, we've got 100 points as of Burnley, but our superior goal difference means Leeds United go up as champions. We will be hosting the trophy, I should say, hoisting it up, and we will see armpits. I will see it after the stream, of course. I'm sure some of you will be watching it live. I will see it afterwards myself. If there's any notes, by the way, if you're watching Sky or any of the things, if there's anything of note that Daniel Farkas says, please let me know in the chat, just so I can, you know, flag it up on screen. But otherwise, I will be back with another stream. Like the video, subscribe, and drop your comments below. But we will speak about the game. Of course, Solomon, he was going to be my only thing today. Him and Bogle, actually, both of those just levels above everyone else on the pitch today. Solomon was the one that was. He was going from minute one for us, and whereas everyone else looked a little bit asleep. Gonna say about the game, it was long. It felt long to me. I don't know how anyone else felt about the game. It felt like it took forever to finish, man. The first half was extremely long to me, but listen, we've got the job done. But we got to speak about the game, and I want to have fun, but the football man in me just can't let some of the glaring red flags go. I can't do it. I can't do it. And especially it seems apt. Now the season's finished and we're still hearing speculation about certain things. And it's kind of like, I understand. But yeah, listen. Yeah, Mano, yeah, absolutely. Hyru here saying here, champions, Mano Solomon, you bloody legend. Get that man signed ASAP, marching on together as champions. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. He has to be signed here permanently. It just makes sense. If he wants to come here, by the way, I know the Leeds Live people did a piece on him recently, but footballers talk like that all the time. It's all about money and opportunity. And if he feels that there's better opportunity elsewhere, he'll go elsewhere. So listen, we'll speak about that obviously in future videos. I hope he stays, but there are alternatives out there if he doesn't stay. But Man of Solomon was, you could see he was class above today. Want to give a shout out though to the Plymouth player. Let me get his name because he was cooking us today, and I don't want to forget Bundu. Boy, oh boy, whenever he got the ball, it was long. It was long for Jaden Bogle, man. But it was one of those where Bundu absolutely terrorized us today. He gave us a warning sign before they scored their goal and then followed through with it with another one. But again, we'll speak about that. JN saying Luton Town. I did say at the start, people. I said it at the start of the season. I don't hate to say I'm right again because it's just a habit these days. But I said Luton will do the relegated thing like Sunderland did a few years ago. It was so obvious. They were a League One team in the Premier League. Fair play to them for getting there. They deserve the right to play there, but their team was never a good championship team. But they caught lightning in a bottle, and well done to them. But they're going to be in League One next year. Yeah, Bundu, yeah. Michael here saying Farker looks like he knows the axe is coming. Not a good advertisement for his availability. I don't know. Listen, you guys give me your thoughts because I was looking at Daniel Farker's body language today. But in all fairness, we were 1-0 down. So I don't know if you're going to get an accurate description of that. But you guys right now are seeing the celebration. Did he look like this was it today to you guys? And let me know in the comments if you're not watching it live, of course. J Racer saying, I have Mr. Super. Ryan, thanks for this season, bro. Thank you to you, Ryan, man. And we're gonna go hot and heavy next season. Listen, when I do get members on the channel, like I've done in a previous video, I hope you're available, Ryan. I hope you're available. J Racer here saying here, I have more super malts on me, KG. Perfect weekend with my 40th birthday yesterday and going to New York tomorrow. Have fun. Love New York, my favorite place in the world, man. I want to go back there myself one day. What a roller coaster. Announced Solomon signing. Yeah. And listen, you talk about Super J Racer for everyone. Let me just, there we go. Got myself a strawberry super malt, everyone, people. Celebrations for the champions. No longer a championship team now. We're a Premier League team going up as champions. But what I will say is that's free advertisement for Super Malt, and I'm gonna stop doing that. I do that. I did that way too much, but because it's been an ongoing thing about me drinking Super Malts once we're back in the Premier League, I did it for today. But I don't get no money from Super Malt, and yeah, things are gonna change. By the way, people that email me business collaboration ideas, I don't know if they realize what kind of channel this is, right? But I get all kinds of things. I tell you guys, obviously, I get betting ones, which I'm not really wanting to do. But then I get ones about beads and bangles. I like, we think your channel would be perfect. Are you sure? Do you know what I talk about here? I get all kinds of like like collaboration emails, and it's like, do you even watch the channel? Like, I'm gonna go to Mick and John and everything. Oh yeah, use my code and get these lovely beads, guys. I hope you use my code so I can get like 10 cents on the dollar here. Yeah, it's all mad. It's all mad. Uh, no, Byron. Supermalt has to be in a glass. No, all it has to be, Byron, is cold. All right. As my good friend Kojo once said, you don't drink malt warm, and he's absolutely correct. You can't have warm malt. Uh, keep pushing NordVPN next season. Yeah, it's so crazy, some of the things that come through. But anyway, that's just a little behind the scenes for you there, people. FV White saying here, poor game, but who cares? We did it the Leeds way. It absolutely was the Leeds way. You're absolutely right, FV. It wasn't easy when it really should have been. It looked like we weren't going to get the win, and we get the victory right at the end. Lovely goal from Solomon. I just and I do feel the joy. Trust me on this. I'm glad we're going up as champions, but there was just some things in there for me today where it's like, ugh, like this is what we turned up with in order to try and secure the title. It was a Leedsy performance. It was. Lodi asking here, anyone else think Farke was very lucky that game? He was. But we've had this kind of game before, but we will speak about it. But yeah, I am happy we've secured the championship trophy. And again, I will look at the images when I come off here. But yeah, Mike here, kitchen sink tactics work to treat. Yeah, and essentially the reason why it's coming up for me is because even though technically we're both in the championship, which is the correct thing, Plymouth are literally a League One team while we're a Premier League team, and it's something I've said throughout the whole season. You can do this when you're against the Plymouths, and this is no disrespect to them, and everything else like that, but it works because we've got the best team. So it's going to work more often than not, or not changing something for a while because you've got the better players. You can't do this in the Prem, and you just wonder, is that also something that the rumors and everything else, what they've possibly been looking at? It's just baffling to me. But Sean here saying here was horrible seeing their winger. Yeah, Bundu was cooking. He was cooking today. Listen, on a purely neutral level, apart from Solomon, he was probably the most dangerous player, and I'd be very surprised if he's been doing that. I will not profess to watch Plymouth a whole lot, but if he's been doing that in the games he's been playing, I think he'll find himself back in the championship no problem, because he looked uber talented today. Not for us, just for anyone says, because I know whenever someone plays well against Leeds, oh, we should sign him up. No, we shouldn't. But he looked good. He did look good. Adrian North Yorks, thank you so much for the donation, my man. Yusuf here saying he was lucky, but we could have scored 3 and 4, to be fair, and should not have been in that situation. Yeah, we shouldn't have been. We're definitely the most dominant team, but when you think of the chances that we had, their goalkeeper didn't have that much to save. It's not like he was making save after save. It was just a lot of shots going off target, and especially by one player in particular. And again, we've got to speak about him. And I have to always make this clear, because I don't want it to seem, there is no agenda for me. I want the best for Leeds United Football Club. That's my agenda. You're right. There is an agenda. I want Leeds United to be the best football club they can be. But again, there was another performance today where I don't even feel he should have been starting in the game. And he was on for 80 minutes of the game, and he shouldn't have been, especially with what he was producing in the game. D Parker's gifted 5 memberships. Salute to you, D Parker, man. Love that. Love that. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Yeah, a lot of chances flying over the bar, screwed wide. Tanaka slipped up a few times as well today. Yeah, it's a lot of you are saying this, and I'm only bringing this up because you guys are saying it, because I can't see the TV right now. Okay, I can't see anything. It's to my left, and if I do that, it's gonna look weird on stream. Okay, but a few of you have said this. Farke knows he's gonna replace. His reaction at full time said it all. Or is it just playing the other side? Is he just a subdued kind of guy? I honestly don't remember how he celebrated at Norwich. I don't remember how he did that. Was he jubilant? I don't recall. Okay, I do not recall. But what I will say is that 6 wins in a row, which is something that completely slipped by me, and it makes the table look like this. Burnley did their best today. I mean, even Millwall went ahead against Burnley, but Burnley do what they do, man. They just come back, and for Burnley just to lose 2 games all season, salute to them. in all fairness, again, being a neutral, if you've been, it would have been easy for either team to have got it, whether it be our goal scoring exploit of scoring 95 goals or Burnley just conceding 16 goals all season. Both are worthy of winning the league. 200-point teams, but we got it, people. We got it. Chris King here. Thanks for everything this season, KG. The 2-season championship loan has finally ended. Yes, we're gonna put those videos in a bow, put them in historical, not to be touched again. Okay. Finally get to hear your signing list. Much love, my man. Yeah. And listen, because Connor's unavailable tomorrow for the season review, I may do the keep sell bench video tomorrow. Okay, but it all depends on what time I wake up tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie, but I might try and get it done because I do want to get the championship content just done and dusted. So if I can do the keep sell bench video tomorrow and people are around to give their input, great. And then we can do the season review with Connor on Monday on the channel, and then that's putting a bow on it, and then we can go full force, I should say, into Premier League stuff. Thank you though, Chris there. And Youssef as well. Thank you for everything this season, Gage. Thank you guys, man. Seriously, the support goes a hell of a long way. So thank you so much for the support that way. And big up to you, Jared, man. How's it going, man? Jack. Cage is gonna private the 2 year. I might do, man. I might do. Now I leave everything out there. It's always interesting as well, because sometimes I don't know if you guys get it as well, but sometimes my old videos pop up and I see how, like, when I was at the beginning and you're trying to perfect everything. When I first started this thing, I used to have pages and pages of notes, like, and quite frankly, none of you care. Like, it's like I've been having on the 63rd minute, there was a tackle that could have been better. No one cares. You just want to get the general feel about the game, and that's where I went, all right, no more notes, no more notes. Matt saying here, KG, you've been amazing all season. Been a pleasure watching you the GOAT. I appreciate that, Matt. And listen, more enjoyable content to come next season. Okay, I've done my best. All right, with the last 2 years, and I think you guys have seen. When I'm talking about the opposition, I'm not I wouldn't say kind, but it just doesn't excite me. Previewing games against Bristol City and all these clubs, it doesn't do anything for me, because I don't believe that this football club should ever be in this position, and hopefully for the foreseeable future we're not in this position again. But it's going to take some ruthless decisions this summer in order to do so, because there's a few players manager, you can debate that, but there's definitely some players here that cannot come with us next in the summer. Benny saying here, how about Sunderland's form? Yeah, they've been falling off, but you know what it is sometimes though, Benny and everyone else. And listen, playoff talk, nothing to do with us, but it doesn't always mean that they're going to just be dreadful in the playoffs. They very well could be, but it could be one of those where they're just like, you know what, man, we're not making the top 2. We've got our playoff place secured. Let's just ride out to the end of the season and go full pelt. But sometimes it doesn't go in your favor. Who got the 6th place in the end? Let me just scroll up. Oh. Bristol City. I've just mentioned Bristol City. This is what I'm talking about, people. Bristol City have finished in the top 6 of this league. Deep that. It's insane to me. Congratulations to them, seriously. But yeah, no parts of this league, man. No parts of this league. Yeah, if it's on Team Talk, yeah. Yeah, let's say the better. Let me just make sure I haven't missed any supers here before we get into. Okay, yep, got all those. Awesome. And yeah, listen, you guys have been brilliant as well. And it's been up and down a little bit, especially when we went through that rough patch, and especially when we looked like we were gonna fall out the top 2 and consign ourselves to the playoffs. But it's been joyful. But a lot of you have gotten the context of when I talk. A few people don't get it. You always get a few idiots, but I don't want to highlight those idiots, because that's doing everything that I say other people do, where you get 100 compliments and then you highlight the one negative. I'm not going to do that, but generally you get when I'm talking, and that's why I feel I can do my keep sell bench video tomorrow and then do the season review, and then hopefully you understand that because I'm praising someone doesn't mean I think they should come up with us. It's just in separation of the league we're in, and that's the context that it is in. So I hope people that are here, you should know what I'm talking about anyway. A lot of you saying this, but again, another one like this. Thank you, Daniel. Here's your payoff now. Bye. Ali also asking, what did we make of Farker's reaction? Overwhelmed or goodbye? Ali, I'd love to know that too. And I guess we'll find out in due course. We will find out in the coming days for me. You cannot leave something like this to linger. You can't do it. And again, I'm not saying that Farker's going to go. I'm not saying that, but there's been too much smoke with that fire. And the latest one with Van Bronckhorst in the Champions League this week, saying about there hasn't been nothing at the moment, and he would love to get back. Obviously, he's got nothing to lose with that. He's out of a job, so of course he'll want a Premier League job. It goes without saying. I just There's just been too much noise for me. If they do persist with Farker, I do think that they'll have a backup option if things don't start off correctly in the Prem. But you also leave yourself behind the 8 ball already, because that new manager will want to come in the summer and have a little say on who comes in. But look, we'll talk about it in well, tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards. Parrot House, always supporting, man. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Big up to you all the time. Or you keep this channel afloat, not gonna lie. But no, thank you for your generous donations, man. Will saying here, yeah, they won't say anything until after the open bus tour on Monday. Yet the 5th, for anyone that does want to go, it will be the 5th of May. And you're probably right, Will. That's probably correct. Wouldn't expect anything tomorrow. This is you know what, your timeline probably makes sense, man. Stephen here saying he can go Rangers, and I'd take him. Oh my god, right? Yeah. This is one here. Not sure the manager's link were upgrades. Van Bronckhorst, not for me. No, some of them are. Some of them are clear upgrades, and that's what is kind of like, ooh, because Thiago Motta is an upgrade on Danny Farker. It's not even close either. Thiago Motta is just a much better coach. Like the suggestion I had in Cesc Fabregas, I'd be more excited about that as well. But yeah, Van Bronckhorst. But the thing is, what I want to just say, because again, we're celebrating the league here, is that the coaches we've been linked with, and this will actually follow into the game today. They are all tactically flexible. Every single one of the coaches' names we've been linked with, whether you're excited about them or not, they are tactically flexible coaches, every single one of them. They have different formations they use, and depending on the game, they have different plans outlined for each game. Us, it is a 4-2-3-1, no matter how the game is going, no matter what, and we stick to it until we need something, we need a goal, or we're losing the game, and then it's take off someone and bring on many attackers, as we've seen throughout his tenure at Leeds United. And this is the thing here. Here we go. Okay, so it's things like this. Brendan Aronson today, and I've got to just say about Brendan Aronson, because I've supported this guy this season when he was playing well. When people talk about his assist totals, I'd be saying, look, you can't just look at the assist numbers. He is somebody that is behind the play, and sometimes he'll set it up to Peru, who then puts it on to Solomon or Dan James, and then we go from there. Sometimes he's the pre-assister, and he was doing that a lot when he was in form. But he has not been good for a long time. And again, with this one, I don't feel he should have started today. Ramazani should have come on, and Ramazani doesn't see the pitch today after a real good cameo until the 80th minute. And it's one of these things where he's got blind spots to certain players, and Aronson is one of them. And for me, it was glaringly obvious with Brendan. He was trying today. Brendan was trying. There's no lack of effort there. You can never accuse him of that. But you could see that the quality, the touch, the finish, it just wasn't there for him. And you would have thought he would have probably come off a bit sooner, but he stayed on and on until the 80th minute. And it's just things like that where you go, you've got to change that. You've got to change that. But listen, I don't want to go. I feel like I'm dampening the mood here, and I'm really not trying to. But I'm talking about the game in isolation, away from the 100 points and winning the league, because that's what it is. It's a match reaction. So I'm talking about the game state, and for me, Brendan could have come off sooner. I even think Joel Peru could have come off sooner as well. Joel Peru wasn't doing the stuff he was doing in the previous game, like making the ball stick, linking play. It was not a lot was going right for Joel Peru today. Sam Byram could have come off earlier as well. He was not good either. Not just talk about the own goal. The own goal can happen to anybody. Not speaking about that. That's just unlucky. But it's just his general play. You could see Solomon was like, damn, I need some help down this side here. You know, it's me versus two. I need an overlapping defender, and it wasn't there. There was just a few things where that's why the game was just a little stale for me in terms of the game state. Oh God. Or you always get people like that. I don't know what the thing is as well. People know what my content's like. They know I'm going to speak about the game. Like, if you know what I'm like, why would you come in here? But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, so yeah, Martin here saying I feel dampened. Ooh, and relieved that we crawled over the line. Yeah, yeah. Jack saying here, nothing. Oh God, it's gone. It's gone. Okay, right. Jason here. It's the team that's got us today, not the manager. Freddie here saying we relied on Solomon dragging us over the line like Raf. Yeah. Ali here saying here. It's the small details with Daniel that stop him moving on to the next level. If Calvin had a howler, Bielsa took him off. Farker persists too long. Yeah, it's just doing the obvious things, and that's something that he. And the thing is, it's easy to say. People are just going to hammer you saying you got 100 points and everything else like that. We've got the best team in the league. We should have had more than 100 points in the game, but people don't go back to that. They don't go back to all the drop points we had because of a change he wouldn't make in goal. They'll just talk about the 100 points. We should be on at least 110. All right. But it's things like that where, and I just fast forward to the Premier League and I'm thinking, damn, if Newcastle are overrunning us like this and someone's having a stinker, we're not going to have the best team on the pitch there. So we're going to have to work extremely hard in order to rectify any mistakes we're making. Brendan can keep missing chance after chance against Plymouth Argyle. But if we're not taking one of those like 4 or 5 chances that he had for himself, we're cooked. And it is as simple as that. That Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton didn't go down after having good seasons in the Championship because they're a good team and it was just unlucky. They went down because they were inefficient and not good enough in the first place. And listen, we just got to get things right. But listen, guys, let's bring it back up because even I can feel I'm bringing it down. Let's go. Hyru said absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Ali here saying his first step when we need to go was a fullback. That's true. Let's try and move on. But look, I will always flag up your comments with any points you want to bring up. But I'm just making my observations about the game today. That's all, people. Isaac in the house here. Listen, Isaac, thank you for your super thanks on the last video as well, and thank you for the super chat on this one. Keeping Aronson on for that long is criminal. Nightmare game for him today. Also to through every attacker. Oh, okay. Also, to throw on every attacker is not a tactical masterstroke. It's a hope and a prayer. Period. I hope the board replace him. Damn, people think I'm being harsh. I'm just pointing stuff out for the game today. Yeah. William here saying here, champions, now new players and manager just for the lineup today alone. Right, yeah. Parag is out there at the moment carrying the trophy. I will be tuning into that as well. Leeds here saying, what time is streaming tomorrow, KG? I don't know at this point because it's a Sunday. Okay. But look, all I'll say is, if I do it, I will put it out there. Just keep an eye on the channel, put the notifications on, and you can join me live there, and we'll talk through the keep sell bench video, of course. Players coming back out. Hyru says here. Maddie here saying here, anything less than getting the title would have been a failure. Well, we have failed today. We have failed in not we would have failed today not getting the title. Absolutely we would have, but yeah, we've got it. We've done it. But someone in the comments said about Daniel Farker in regards to the job, if he doesn't get the title then they'll probably replace him. I don't think it's that kind of thing. I don't think that has any bearing on his job, because it wouldn't matter if he won the title or not. They're looking at who's going to be the best man for the Premier League, and it's that only. It's got nothing to do. If we don't miss the title, I'm sure they'll be going, well, why didn't we win it? But but winning the title, there's still things that they'll be looking at and saying, are you going to be more adaptable? Can you be more adaptable in the Premier League? Can you be a bit more flexible with your tactics? We shall see. We shall see. Yusuf here asking here, anyone else think Tanaka should have been replaced by Rothwell? Did Rothwell even get on? I don't even know. Did he come on in the end? Yeah, he just stayed on the bench. So I don't know. Maybe he wasn't fit enough to play. Maybe it was one of those things where he's just on the bench for a goodbye or something like that. Or if the game was in a real state of emergency, maybe he could have come on then. But yeah, I thought Tanaka was fine. It was that final bit with Tanaka where he just kept slipping over. He got himself into some really good positions. Even Byram had a free header as well where. I think he was trying to nod it in the goal, but then Tanaka was running onto it and missed it. Yeah, there could have been a couple of things. Yeah, and Chris here probably didn't want to risk it. Absolutely, yeah. Ali here saying, sorry, KG, we're killing the vibe, but for me, talking about this is a part of my excitement for next season. Yeah, listen, I'm enjoying. I am enjoying that we've won the league, but I'm just. It's a match reaction. You know, the clue's there. It's a match reaction, so you got to speak about the game as a whole. And for me, it was a long, very boring game, but we got the job done, and that's all. And that's all you can ask for. But you can also then just look into the details and go, well, what could have been better? But look, it is what it is, man. Bamford show why he's a game changer. Yeah, and listen, I'll speak about that tomorrow. But all of this, all the Bamford cameos, he had two decent substitute appearances, and people thought he was back. He ends the season with 0 goals, 0 assists. Matt Chapman here saying, enjoy the moment, people. Farker not perfect, but he got the job done. He's been under tremendous pressure and stay cool. Well, Matt, you're absolutely right on all of that. But pressure comes with this job, and he knows that. And I think he knew that before he took it. But as he said when he took the job last season, he said, I didn't realize how much pressure there was. This isn't Norwich City. So when things go wrong or don't look right, they will be under the microscope. They will. That it's just the natural thing of being a Leeds United coach. I mean, he said it himself in the pre-match press conference, didn't he? That it's, you know, if you're Leeds United coach, you're lucky enough to be here 3 months, let alone, 2 years. So he will know that. But I would love to know. I would love to know if he's had conversations, because for me, his body language just looked very subdued. But that just could be his personality as well. Hyru here saying, here, words cannot express how much I love this club. So glad I chose Leeds United, not going anywhere. Yeah, listen, there's a thing with football clubs, isn't there? No matter what goes on with the football club, you can't leave them. I think after a certain age, you just can't leave them. Maybe as a kid, as you formulate and your ideals, your brain, and everything else like that, maybe you can leave a team. But man, you can't leave a team, man. It doesn't matter what you try. Like, I don't care about this club no more. What was their score? you just can't leave them. So once you get bitten by the bug, especially Leeds United, it's over for you. Gavin here saying, if you look at Farke, it looks like he's out the door to me. A lot of you say, has anyone got a different opinion on that? Because I'm seeing this a lot. As I said to you, I can't see the TV right now, so I can't see his face or anything like that. So please let me know if anyone else thinks he looks actually jubilant or happy. Please let me know. Scouser here saying, big up KG, welcome back to the league. Yes, welcome. Yes, we will be there. We will be there, man. Hopefully it's a more competitive Premier League. Listen, I'm get you riled up now. Hopefully it's a better Premier League next season, man. This one's been doo-doo this season, right? Oh God, no! It's been the best Premier League ever. You're not giving us our full respect, man. We're Liverpool. So yeah, Leeds has you, man. Leeds has you. Yeah, he looked really subdued. Yeah. Jared here asking here, isn't there a weird break in the window? Yeah, for the Club World Cup, there's going to be a small window opened, and then I don't know how it goes, so you'll have to Google this, but I think there's going to be a little window where it's open. The Club World Cup happens, it finishes, and then the window opens for real the second time. I think that's how it's going to go. Isaac here adding on to it. KG, it's true. He looks so sad and quiet. So people think I'm being a downer. He looks sad and quiet. I was waiting for him to take his medal off too. He must know something. Okay, we'll find out in the next few days, obviously. And I'll go with what who said it earlier. Wilf said earlier. You won't see anything till after the parade, I don't think. Oh, okay. But Marcus is saying Farkas' reaction looks like few job done. He looks mentally exhausted and relieved. That could be the one, Marcus. That could be it. It is exhausting. This football club is exhausted. I know just doing content is exhausting. So never mind being the manager of having everyone that you see in the city centre or around Leeds saying, you gotta win this, you gotta win this title. He must have the weight of the world on his shoulders. So yeah, that could be the reaction to Marcus. Absolutely. He's chilling in the background. Yeah. Michael is saying KG Farkas sat in the dugout on his own, reflecting when Leeds United scored. Does he know something we don't? We'll find out, guys. We'll find out. And everyone's saying he looks odd. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have a look in a bit. Is there anything else from the match today, Mike? Sesko train is now full steam ahead, Mike. Hey, listen, we're closer being in the Premier League than not, but I don't think so, Mike. Unless we can do like a little sweetheart Red Bull deal, huh? little sweetheart Red Bull deal. But no, I think he's got. I think Arsenal are after him, aren't they? I think they're after him. But look, it's all like I said. There's always ways of getting players. I think Sesko may be a tad out of reach for us, but there are definitely other strikers out there that are within our reach and within our grasp, as long as Leeds United get on it early, of course. Um, being a sport is exhausting, absolutely. Jason here saying, with the team we had, a donkey could have got us promoted. And we did, but never for the Prem. Got it. Yeah. And look, I've said it before. I think any manager worth his grain of salt could have got this team promoted. When you've got Ramazani on the bench, Nonto on the bench for large parts, Dan James, Manos Solomon, you've got a luxury that these teams in this division don't even have. Like, we've got substitutes that can't make our bench that will probably get in Bristol City, who's made the playoffs, first team in their starting 11. That's how rich our squad has been. It's been small, but it's been resourceful and full of quality for me in this, especially being our second year in the championship. Julio here. Julio, love your show, my friend. Don't be surprised Aronson gets sold to Wrexham. They're looking to add Americans to increase the US fan base. I don't know if Aronson's going to come in, go back to the championship, especially on a permanent. But yeah, we'll speak about that tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Mikey is just saying he can't wait to talk about income. Is KG job done? Let's go. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. FB White saying here, Farker looks like it's all over. Well, look, you know what? I will look at the celebrations and everything else. I'm sure the official Leeds United channel will be streaming it as well, and I'll speak about it with you on our stream for sure. Okay, absolutely. Leeds here saying, let's hope Wrexham pillage our squad and get Bamford, Aaron, and Melier. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where some of these guys end up. Because, spoiler alert, not one of these players should be in the Leeds United Premier League team. But listen, we'll talk. Tommy here saying here, a struggle today. Why was Aronson left on till 78 minutes? Gave us nothing. Yeah, don't know. Covered that already, though. Definitely. And I agree with you, Tommy. John here saying, I think Aronson will either go to MLS or probably Germany. Well, the thing is with Aronson anyway, he's built his stock back up. You know, no one can gaslight me for people saying that he had a good month of his final Union Berlin loan. You can't gaslight me like that. He literally scored 2 goals all season. I think it was in the final month. He was being dropped. There was criticism from their fans saying, what does this guy do? He's not good enough. And then he has a last good month for the season. In the championship, he played well up to a certain point, and I credited him with every single performance that he made, even defending him in certain games where people thought he wasn't doing anything. And I say, actually, go back and watch this move. He started it off. I'd give him the credit there. But he's been quiet for about 3 to 4 months now. And that's just the reality of it. That is just the reality of it. Matt here, which player has surprised you the most this season? Oh, let's have a look. Because off the top of my dome, I expected what we saw from Dan James. So that's not a surprise to me. You know what? I'd probably say Jayden Bogle. I say Bogle just purely on the strength, even though you can't judge it in terms of the Premier League to Championship, just the adjustments that he had to make coming back to a new team and being on such a defensively poor team. By the way, he was kind of at fault for the goal against, because he was way out of position on the right. The right hand side was free. Roden had to do an old Roden to Ailing job on that one, covering 2 positions. Then he got cooked himself, Roden. But yeah, for me, probably Bogle, I would say, because I thought he'd be good anyway, but I didn't think he'd be as good as he has been this season. So I'd probably say that one. Okay, yeah, Solomon with his fitness. Yeah, I never doubted the quality of Solomon, the player, but it was his fitness that was always a thing up in the air. And we did kind of see it in the first couple of months where sometimes he did look a little overweight. He was moving a little bit unsure of himself. But you can see now he's in full flow. It looks like he trusts his knees again. And we've got the player as advertised that was at Shakhtar and Fulham previously. So yeah, Solomon's fitness would be the surprise, I would say. Tommy here saying, proud of the team, big pat on the back to them. It's sad that a lot of them won't be here next season, but essential. Yeah, I'd say I'm again, this is why some people don't like me, but I'm not sad about it, Tommy. I'm not. It's about what needs to be done. It would be the same way. I put it the other way. It'd be the same way if we failed to go up, and then you'd see all of a sudden Tanaka, I want to play in the Premier League. and then someone like Brighton or someone comes in for Tanaka. It goes both ways, so it's not just me being cold. The players would also look at it cold. You've seen recently about Firpo talking about how much he loves Leeds and everything else like that. I still think Firpo will leave. But if we stayed in the championship, there'd be no talks about Firpo staying at this football club. He'd be gone. So it works both ways, but you have to cater for the club and where you are, and we're going to have to sign better players. And it really is as simple as that. So I'm thankful that there's always thankful and gratitude for what they've done in order to help get the club back to where it should be. But now it's about going, okay, but are you the best person for the job in the next league up? And that's where tough decisions have to be made, unfortunately. Yeah, you have to be ruthless to stay up. Yeah, Tommy saying agreed. Yeah. And again, it's something I get criticized for it a lot. Ever since we were in the Premier League, by the way, I get criticized for it a lot, and it turns a lot of people off because I don't just go, did you see how much ground Forshaw covered up? What a shift. He put a shift in there. When I then dig down into it and I go, but what did he do? Did he make a tackle? Did he set up a chance here? Like, what did he do today? Like, besides run around? And that's what turns people off from me. And I know it, there's a lot more just enjoy the euphoria of passion and everything else, right? That than actually watching the game and saying, but what does this player do? And I understand that, but I can't change that. I can't change it. I'd be fake. I'd be phony if I started to do that. And I'm not going to do that. Tanya also saying here, Farkas body language at the end shows he thinks, yeah, man, a lot of people are saying that, man. And Mikey is saying, we saw what happened when we held on to Forshaw, Ailing, Cooper too long. Have to improve the squad from the jump. Yeah, it's going to be ruthless, Mike. If the 49ers are going to move the way that I think they will, especially with all these leaks about the manager coming out from a 49ers, correspondent basically for the Mail. People keep talking about the Daily Mail as this and that. I'm the last person to defend the Daily Mail, man, with some of the nonsense they come out with. But when the 49ers have literally given that report or exclusives before, you've got to think there's some kind of like a grain of truth in there. And if they're going to do that with the manager, they've got to do it with the playing staff. They have to. They have to, man. JTEX though saying here, Farker might just be processing that he doesn't feel supported by the ownership for his success. I mean, yeah, publicly Farker has said that he doesn't need the owners back in, because they talk behind the scenes and everything else like that. But with the way that it's been and other managers literally eyeing his seat, I mean, they've been literally talking about what they could do with the Leeds team. Some of these coaches that have been considered, you would love your owner to say, he's our man. Daniel Farker will start the season with us. And then you're not making a commitment further from the start of the season. You then going, well, how does it go? And we'll go from there. Because some people have said to me, or put in the comments, what's the point of Parag coming out and saying that if they sack him 5 games into the season? Well, that would mean that 5 games into the season, something's gone wrong. That's what it would mean. Just because you coming out backing him for the summer and the start of the season doesn't mean you're giving him a long-term commitment. It's two completely different things. Like how they keep on bringing up Parag's old comment about Danny Farker deserves his shot in the Premier League and everything else like that from when he first got hired. There's so many things that change within that time, and I liken it just to regular jobs and everything else. People in your everyday lives, you probably started a job and thinking, you know what, in 3 years I want to be manager of this company or this office. And then when you start working there and you realize, wait a minute, you don't get promoted by your skill here. You get promoted because he's married to her or their family, or they go drinks after, or he laughs at every crap joke that manager makes. That's how you get ahead. And things can change for you in that way. And like they may have seen a couple of things last season why we didn't go up, and maybe some things this season, even with 100 points, where they go, ooh, maybe not. But again, all speculation, man. Tommy here, yeah, I hope we can keep hold of Ramazani. Yeah, listen, we'll speak about that tomorrow. He's got to stay if he wants to stay. And this is the thing as well, people. If Farker is to stay, there's going to be some players where it won't be up to the club if they stay or not. It doesn't matter if they're under contract. I know people love throwing this back. If they're under contract, if we want them to stay, stay. Okay, see how that works for the room morale. See how that goes. People always say these things without considering the actual knock-on ripple effects of when you do things like that. You can't just hold a player if they don't want to be here. And Ramazani and his agent are well within their right to say, look at the minutes he's had. And then look at even that after a 2-goal cameo in your last game. he comes on for like 10 minutes in a game where he should have been starting or at least come on earlier. All these conversations happen in the summer, so we shall see, man. Oh man, someone pulled Nanto's pants down. By the way, I'm not speaking about the chant no more. I don't need to say anything. But now we're back in the Premier League, people. Now we're back in the Premier League. They're gonna the Leeds United official accounts, look out for them talking about Nanto if he's to stay, and about the chant. They'll be saying, no, these aren't the words, guys. You need to sing these ones, because the Premier League don't put up with that kind of nonsense or that kind of chant, and they'll know they'll have to change it. But you'll see. Just remember, you heard me say it here, okay? They won't allow that to carry on in the Prem. But remember, you heard it here first. William here saying Ramazani gone if Farker stays. I feel like that too. I just feel like it's not the same thing, because obviously every player is different, but it just reminds me of Charlie Creswell all over again. It just reminds me of that. I wanted to play. The opportunities were there for me to play. I could have played more, but I just wasn't allowed to. And it just feels very similar, man. Yeah, yeah. It's Mike, it's going to happen. They did it when we were in the Premier League. When you're in the Championship, they don't care. You know what I mean? There's no eyes, there's less eyes on it. There's not as much commercial blowback that can happen for it. But when you're in the Prem and you can hear people talking about, well, he's not a kid anymore, he's now, he's now a man, isn't he? I think he's like 21 now. But at the time, they were literally talking about a teenager's penis, which is weird within itself, never mind the context of everything else. But they will want that change come the Premier League. Guarantee you'll see it. A couple of super chats here as I guess we come to the end. Mr. P champions again, ole ole. It's Trev here. Oh, thank you, Trev. Thanks, KG, for your intelligent and reasoned thoughts throughout the season. Very classy, valid, and worth listening to. Oh, cheers, Trev. Cheers, buddy, and fingers crossed for your partner in the playoffs. Yeah, she's gonna be sweating it, man. And I don't envy it. We was there last year. We was there last year, weren't we? And honestly, it's just nerve-wracking, man, because especially when you've got a history like we have in the playoffs. And I always say history shouldn't dictate your future, but some past behaviors, man, just can't be changed. And the playoffs, I said it from the jump, if we had made the playoffs, I don't think we would have won. I just don't think we would have done it. I think it would have been one of those kind of ripple effects of dropping out the top two, thinking you should have gone up automatically, and somebody else with more momentum beating us. But thankfully, we don't have to worry about that. There we go. But thank you so much, Trev. That's very generous of you, man. And lovely words, man. Absolutely lovely. See, that's what I like to highlight over anyone calling me any other name you can think of. That's in my YouTube filter there. Okay. Michael is saying Solomon interview, big smile on his face. He should be happy, man. He should be happy. And listen, I want to say this about Solomon, and I guess we'll speak about it tomorrow. But he will be a wanted man this summer. There's no doubt with the way Solomon's played, and more importantly, his fitness holding up. There's going to be teams after Manor Solomon that probably were looking at him going, yeah, let him go to Leeds. Let him go to Leeds, because we don't know if he's going to be available. He's been available and he's been terrific. Nothing short of terrific. He's been absolutely brilliant. And you can see he is that class above. And just, like I've said before, you just have to with Manor that he says to Tottenham, no, I don't want anywhere else. Please negotiate with Leeds and Leeds only. Because then that puts us in, not in the driving seat as such, but then it just turns out any auction where, oh yeah, this team's coming for 18 or 20 million. We're going to need 21 from you. And you know what I mean? It just shuts all that down like Joe Roden did for us as well. And Jayden Bogle from Sheffield United. Yeah, Jacob here saying need to get the deal sorted with Spurs yesterday. Absolutely, man. I do want him to stay. I absolutely do want him to stay. But there's a lot of things at play here. A lot of things at play. Cy in the house. Always love you, Cy. Always supporting, man. Thanks for what you've done for us this season, KG. Always balanced and fair. This is why I honestly don't understand when people like. I give everyone credit and praise where it's warranted, but I'm ultimately looking out for the future of Leeds United. That's my only agenda. Like Bamford, people always, I know there's been people waiting for Bamford to score this season just so they can come and say, what are you going to say about Bamford now? They haven't had the pleasure of doing that because he's gone with 2 donuts. But me, if Bamford scores 10 goals, awesome. It doesn't bother me. It's for the betterment of the football club. But some people just don't understand that. They think that I've got some weird kind of agenda. And it's just like with the Farker thing. I've given him the props when it's been due. But then when there's things that make me question his tactical management in the Championship, then I'm going to bring it up, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Me personally, anyway. William, shout out to you, William, man. Gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, man. Salute, big up for the support, man. I think some of you might be drunk and may regret your decisions tomorrow, but no money backs. No money backs. I'm not in charge. YouTuber in charge. You know what I mean? Tommy here saying no worries if we don't get Solomon Harrison. We'll be back. Yeah, he's gonna be one of the first out the door. Imagine Jack Harrison. The thing is, the unmitigated goal of some of these players. Jack Harrison now leads back in the Prem. I never wanted to leave. I love Leeds. I just wanted to play in the Premier League, and I'm so glad they're back, and I want to give my all for the shirt. And the thing is, that kind of speech will work on some people. Oh, Jackie, he was here when Bielsa's here. He's the last remembrance of Bielsa. Let's give him another chance if he's willing to give his all for the shirt. It will work with some people, but you ain't fooling me. No, absolutely not. Not drunk grateful for the solid content. No, I was only joking. I said that in jest. I know you guys, I appreciate the support, man. KG, you say how it is. Let's be real, and no smoke screen from you, bro. Yeah, absolutely. It's the way you got to do it, man. It doesn't do anything for your content in terms of that. You need to blow smoke up average players' butts in order to get people on the side, because again, this is a deeper meaning of life itself. People like average. People like to watch car crashes. They don't want to think. You know what I mean? Thinking hurts people's heads. So if you can give them something basic, something surface level, people appreciate that more because it's just digestible, consumable content rather than having to think about stuff or thinking, okay, he did well in this league, but surely that means he does well in the next league. No, it doesn't. But it is what it is. Ryan here. Shout out to you, Ryan. Yeah, I've tried to hype Bamford as he's still here and playing, but he should have left a few years back. Yeah, Ryan is a big Bamford fan, and I'm sure you would have been one that when he scores, you'd be all up in the cars. Yeah, Bamford this. But yeah, listen, he should have been gone years ago, but hopefully this will be the summer. Wrexham in the championship, man. That's a good signing for Wrexham. That's a good signing. We shall see, though. We shall see. Telly here saying the champions in the most Leedsy way possible. Wouldn't be any other way, would it, Telly? Wouldn't be any other way. Darren here with another super chat here. Thank you, KG. Thank you, guys, man. Thank you, guys. Marcus here saying, I love that you never have any of that clickbait nonsense. Again, Marcus, something that hurts me. I always get this when people, there's many reasons why I only have 12,000 subs. There's many reasons why. And that's a whole other stream altogether. But yeah, I don't do the clickbait stuff, but I should. I really should. I should do it. Because when things are quiet, or if I need a little boost for the channel, I should just do something that will just draw people in. But then I just don't see any longevity in that for me personally. But yeah, another thing that I do just to hurt my own channel, but look, it is what it is at this stage. Hyru here saying, KG, you play FC25. I don't, Hyru, man. The only games I play right now, Fortnite occasionally, and WWE 2K25. That's all I do at this point in time. But I was looking forward to GTA 6, and they put that date back to next year. Are you these guys? Do you know how many things have happened since GTA 6 was announced? It's insane. It's insane. What a relief we don't have to play Deadpool's team. Listen, the champion, we don't care about the championship next season, guys. We don't care. But they're going to have Wrexham, Birmingham, who will be flexing their financial muscles next season. They're also going to have Ipswich, who for me have probably got the best championship team, even if they do have to let go of a Liam Delap. They've got Leicester, who I know the Football League can't wait for them to come down. The Football League, if they think -2 for Sheffield United was harsh, they've been waiting for Leicester to come back. Oh, you guys thought you got away, yeah? Oh, hello. They're going to hammer them. Southampton, I don't know what kind of team they're going to put out, but it's going to be pretty interesting. I think it's going to be way more interesting than the championship that we've had this year. So we've got off kind of lucky in terms of getting this year with the quality of squads that have been in there and the quality of players that have been involved this season. We've got off lucky because there's going to be some very ambitious clubs next year. So it should be a good championship. But we ain't going to be around. You know what I mean? Mark B here. Bit of criticism. I like it. Despite your KG, despite your okay, Mark, what's going on here? Despite your rubbish taste in hockey teams, you do a nice job here, pal, marching on together. I appreciate that. Look, it's funny. My Penguins are now looking for a new head coach. Mike Sullivan's gone to the Rangers. Is my football team going to be looking for a new head coach? I don't know. I don't know. They won't shut the noise down. But yeah, listen, shout out to you, Mark, man. And listen, playoffs are on in the NHL, and it's like 3 years in a row we've missed them. But what I will say, Mark, is I've seen my team lift the Stanley Cup 3 times in my lifetime. So I'm happy with that. LUFC saying Jackson mommy's boy, KJ. Hey, everyone should be a mommy's boy as long as there was no like any trauma in your relationships, of course. Don't want to bring anything up. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Yeah, there we go. John here saying Nanto showing his medal to the interview, saying he's going to get a Premier League one now. Yeah, again, we'll speak about that all tomorrow. But yeah, Nanto, it's going to be an interesting conversation when his name comes up tomorrow. It's going to be an interesting one. Cats here saying fabulous content creation, KG. Looking forward to lots more in the Premier League next season of the Leeds. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's going to be cooking next season. Are we? I mean, listen, we've hardly spoken about the game, really. There's not really much to discuss with the champions and everything else. Every other detail I've wanted to say, I've said. We've finished with it. Let me get the league table back up, man, to finish. Let me see. Has anyone started talking yet? Let me see if any quotes have come out yet while I'm here. While I'm doing that, please like the video if you haven't already. No. Just the okay. Yeah, I can see the Champions Trophy. Yeah. There we are. There we are, people. There we are. Lovely. Okay, Jack saying, oh, Ali saying he must be getting a big move. Jack here, though, saying Nanto isn't greatest passer of the ball, is he? Marcus underneath saying Nanto was so good in the Prem 2 game. We'll speak about that all tomorrow if I'm awake. Yeah. Hank here saying, though, saying here, so clutch by Solomon. Others will crumble with that chance. Yeah, the composure, that's what Solomon gives you. Yeah, some of them he'll put over the bar when he cuts inside, but he's a good player, man. A good player. And when you're at the bottom of the championship, sorry, the Premier League, he might come in handy. He's going to be one of those where you look to and say, Mano, can you try and change this game for us? Because we're going to need you. You know what I mean? It's going to be one of those. So, but we shall see in due time, of course, man. Yeah, nice team pick in front of the fans. Yeah. And Nanto is Prem level without a shadow of a doubt. We shall see. Isaac here, and then we'll finish up, people. But listen, thank you everyone for joining me in the live one. Yeah, just thank you in general. And Isaac here saying, I live in Baltimore, but if you're in town, let me know. I'll take you to Pittsburgh. Yeah, Baltimore. Is that is that just hilarious, Isaac? If you know who she is that what you say to do? Is that place, Isaac? Let me know in the comments. Okay, yeah, people. Is that it? Let me just make sure I haven't missed any super chats. We're done. We're good, people. We're good. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your what day are we on? Don't even know the days these days. Saturday. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the championship title. We're going to come back tomorrow with Keep Soul Bench. Hopefully, you join me there and we can go through that together. And I will see you see you tomorrow, actually. Jacob buzzing for pro content. Can't wait, mate. Can't wait. Like the video before you go, guys. See you in the next one. Peace out.